All right, so I'm just getting to row, getting started, getting ready, and realized I hadn't done a video yet today, and it is 10 minutes to 1. Been up for a little bit, but I kind of got sidetracked with the English football, and I'm just putting some stuff on my hands. I'm not really sure why I'm doing it already because I'm probably not going to row all that long, but I am putting it on there. So I put a little bit of a menthol rub, and then I put braces on. Anyway, so today, New Year's Eve, and it's New Year's Eve. It's another day. Football, exercise, American football, steaks on the grill, maybe if it stops raining. And I don't know. I guess that's about it. Nothing super exciting. The mirror for the truck came. Not sure it's the right one. We're gonna see if it fits. It looks like it'll fit, but it is different than the one I have. It's got a little difference to it. But thought I'd come out and row during the first half of this match. It's already 21 minutes in, or in the 22nd minute, as they say. And the Red Scum of North London has already scored. They actually scored in the first 2 minutes, which makes this match less appealing. It's much more appealing to watch them lose. And they're not even wearing red today. It's got nothing to do with the color. I don't like the color, but it is all about them. I just don't like them. So anyway, I don't really have any goals for this year, which I'm not usually a big New Year's resolutions guy. But I usually do have some sort of plan or ambition for the year in the back of my head. Now, my plan has been in the past to weigh less on the first than I did on the previous first of the year. Actually, that's my plan for months too. Weigh more on the first of last month than you do on this month. That's the plan every month. This will be the second January 1st that I weigh less than I did the previous January 1st. So October of 2021, when I was 375, and I decided that it had become ridiculous, that I knew better and I knew how to achieve my goal from that standpoint, that I would just buckle down. And I did, and really focused on grazing, just eating when I wasn't hungry. Not necessarily eating bad stuff, just eating when I wasn't hungry. Even good calories, if they're excess, they're excess, and you don't need it. So I kind of gotten away from that a little bit, and the progress, although it's still there, it's slowed significantly. I don't feel like my exercise has changed in response to my desire to lose weight. I do feel like I have exercised, at least row, more in more recent times, not because I want to lose weight and so I'm going to row more, but because I've lost weight, I'm more comfortable rowing. Trying to row when you're over, well, really over 300, but over 320, 340, whatever, is not comfortable. It's not comfortable to sit with your belly here in front of you. So that said, here's some more comfortable rowing in 2023. Now, if I could just get my feet to cooperate, we'd be doing good. My foot, I gotta start rowing. My foot is not feeling well, and that's okay, because if I have to get used to it, I'll just get used to it. I mean, I kind of am used to it already. But it is what it is. And no, I'm not going balls out right now. Although I am in my underwear. Sorry, bad joke. Anyway, so I guess for the year, aside from my weight, I want to do better about keeping up with Walt's finances as the year goes on, so I don't have to do it all at the end of the year every year, because it is stressful to me, and that's probably part of the reason I just avoid it as long as I can. But it's not difficult. I mean, I have an Excel sheet set up that I just copy and paste from year to year. I mean, copy the page and the formulas and stuff, and then go back through all the bank statements and put the numbers in. So it's not really an overwhelming task, and it would be so much easier done if I just did it every month when I got a bank statement. That's one of the other problems. I wasn't paying super close attention when, after 4 months of this year's bank statements, and when I say this year, the VA goes September to September, or yeah, mid-September to mid-September, which is so stupid. Anyway, I had 4 bank statements, and I had a place I put them with all the other VA paperwork. The bank stopped sending them. Now, I was still getting other statements from the bank every month, mortgage statement. And of course, like most banks, they also tend to bombard you with advertisements of savings accounts and this extra and that extra, and you should buy life insurance from us, and you should have blah 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 insurance, whatever. So you just kind of throw all those in a pile or in the trash, and I guess I just didn't realize that they had stopped sending checking statements. So we have a joint checking account. Well, you don't need to know all this, but anyway. So they stopped sending the specific statement that I needed every month. So now I had to go back and get them online. And of course I couldn't print them because my printer was not cooperating. And so I'd already downloaded them. So I emailed them to my friend Sarah, and she printed them for me. And I went through all of them yesterday and got all the information I needed from them. So I'm done with that. But still just a couple other little things to do. I put all that information into the spreadsheet I made. And that, like I said, kind of helps clear some things up. It is funny if you don't look at your power bill, like we use CPW, and that kind of stays the same, and that's water and gas. That number stays within a couple dollars of itself all year long. But that damn Duke power bill, buddy. You talk about highs and lows. Good Lord. When you don't look at them, when you just look at each month individually, you don't realize the fluctuation throughout the year. But anyway. So, yeah, that's something I really want to do better about. Of course, since it's the end of December, I'm already 3 months behind. But they haven't called me yet. I usually wait till they call me before I really jump into action. So the VA, the different branches of Veterans Care are not always on the same page. So I've heard multiple times now from the caregivers program, which is a little weird because it's a voluntary program, but once you apply to it, they act like you are supremely obligated to them. So I have told them I really can't do anything with it right now, and I still have more than 3 weeks to do very little because I've already done a bunch of it. But I told them, one of the times they called, they have called multiple times. One of the times they called, I told them, I said, I'm also his fiduciary, and I have to do some of that paperwork first. That's top priority. And they said, that's okay, you understand, you have X number of days from the blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so, by their calculations, or our calculations, because I agree with them, I still have like almost 3 weeks. And I've done almost everything. What I have left to do is a day or two at most. So just chill. Anyway, got to do that in the next couple of days when I do finish the VA fiduciary paperwork, which I'm hoping to actually do that today. If not today, I've got a couple of days because I don't know when the post office is going to be open again, and I have to go get it metered before I can mail it. What else do I want to do in 2023? Get used to saying 23 for one thing. Would like to do better about forcing, and I use that term loosely, or for lack of a better term, encourage maybe, Walt to be more active. And I don't mean I'm going to get him walking around the block or anything, but it does scare me a little bit that as I watch him age, and you know, declining kidney function doesn't help the aging process, but it does scare me a little bit to see his mobility change so drastically. He can get up and around just fine, but quote unquote just fine is not as just fine as it used to be. He hasn't fallen, but I see the effort it takes sometimes for him to get up out of his chair, and I don't like it because that means it's going to be harder for him to get up on bed, get up off the toilet, get in and out of the shower. I mean, as it is, getting him in the shower and out of the shower is a two-person process. I would never want him to do that alone because he is a little unstable, standing on one foot, moving into the tub, and standing on another foot while trying to get his trailing leg up over the rim of the bathtub. So maybe this year, once I am in the caregivers program, they do have I forget how much they said, $6,800 is the number in my head, $6,800 grant, for lack of a better term. I think they used the word grant. That will go towards any renovations needed to make the home more handicap accessible. So I don't know how much it costs, but I'm going to probably get a walk-in tub for him. And I need to get some doorways widened should the day ever come that he needs a wheelchair. Some of the doorways are very narrow. That's poor design on the house, to be honest. But yeah, there's no reason I don't get him more active. I'm very glad he's actually been doing the little weight and squeeze ball exercises he's supposed to do, getting his arm ready for dialysis. But yeah, I just need to really just take better care of him. Now, Walt's had 2 of his doctors that have complimented me on the care I've given him. And that makes me feel good, that I'm doing something that they deem good. However, I know I can do better. And I really need to. So, I gotta tell you a funny story, and then I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna be done soon. I really need to eat. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So the other day, I don't know what got into me. It wasn't planned because we were just gonna do a shave. And to shave my father, I do not use a razor because, saggy, wrinkly skin on someone who can't hold their head still is a tough ask to shave. So I just take the guard off of his beard trimmer and take it down as low as that will let me. And I still nick him sometimes, especially down at the bottom of his neck. He's got the little wigglies down there like I did. But I said, trim around his mouth and nostrils and stuff. And I said, "Do you want me to shorten up your beard?" He's got a little goatee. Mainly because those are hard areas to shave. So if I can let those grow in, then I can just put the cover on the beard trimmer and take care of that goatee. He said, "I'd really like you to take it off." I said, "Off completely, like bald?" He said, "Yeah. I don't want to do that." But I get it. He's never liked it. He's always just kind of appeased me, I guess, by letting it stay there. So I started taking it off. And I said, "Well, let's shorten up the rest of your hair." He said, "No, take it off too." I was like, "So completely down to the skin, as best as a beard trimmer will do, all over, all around your head?" "Yeah." I said, "Okay." And that's when it hit me. He's completely bald on top, if you didn't know. But I thought, damn, you know what I ought to do? I ought to give him a fucking mohawk. So I did. And of course he doesn't know it. And I can't really call it a mohawk, I guess, if it's not on top, which it isn't. It's more of a racing stripe on the hood of his trunk, so to speak. No, I don't want to say that. But you get what I'm saying. And I'll try to get a picture and put it here on the screen while this part of the video is going, and let you have a look at that. And if I'll clean it off next time we take a shower. But in the meantime, it's been a great source of laughter for me. Every time I walk by his chair and I see his little racing stripe up the back of his head. I know. I'm an asshole. But I get it honest. It's all genetics. That's it. I'm about done. So I'm going to stop now.